Hi guys, let's do another English practice lesson. The article's name is 1 in 4 Americans spend more than they earn. It was posted July 16th, 2026, the level advanced. Some vocabulary: finance, that is the money that a person or organization has. Pressure, stress or difficulty caused by having too many demands on time, energy, resources. Keep up, to move or progress at the same speed or rate as someone or something else. And let's read that example. We've been having a hard time keeping up with the workload lately. Okay. Inflation, an increase in the prices of goods and services. Secure, likely to remain safe from threats, danger, attack. Well-being, the state of being happy and healthy. Okay, let's start the article. Rising costs have pushed over a quarter of Americans into spending more money than they earn, according to a study by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA. FINRA. Okay. Every 3 years, FINRA does a survey to collect data on how adults in the US manage their money and what they know about finances. The latest nation financial capability study was done in 2024. It found that is 26% of Americans spend more than they earn, up from between 18% and 20% in earlier studies. The survey did not ask participants how they covered the difference between their spending and income. FINRA said rising living costs are putting more financial pressure on many Americans, especially those in middle-income households. According to Pew Research Center, middle-income households in the US are those that earn about, even though many of these households have comfortable incomes, the cost of everyday life has increased, and as a result, many people are finding it harder to keep up with their spending. Many say that paying bills has also become more difficult. In 2021, 54% of Americans said paying all of their bills was not at all difficult, but in the latest survey, that percentage fell to 44%. Okay, so it fell 10%. Saving money has also become harder. Around 35% of people say that they probably or definitely wouldn't have enough money if they needed to pay $2,000 for something they didn't plan for. A separate study by financial services company Northwestern Mutual found similar results. More than half of adults said their income was not keeping up with inflation. Almost two-thirds of people said inflation was their biggest money worry in 2025, and 44% said it was making it harder for them to build a secure financial future. The Northwestern Mutual Survey found that financial worries are also affecting many people's well-being, with many saying thinking about money had made them anxious or depressed, and others saying it had affected their sleep. Okay, that text has a lot of information, but I could understand the the context. And okay, let's move on to the discussion. What are your thoughts on FINRA's findings? Yeah, is something that is hard to manage uh, when the costs of living is rising, uh, and not more than inflation. Yeah, and the income stay in the same place, and while the rises is uh, keeping rising. It's a really tough situation that I think it can happens in any part of the world. Yeah, but makes sense. Yeah. Are you surprised that 26% of Americans spend more than they earn? Yeah, I've got surprised about that. Mm, I I thought that Americans, almost all the Americans, had a good condition, financial conditions to manage your expenses. So yeah, I've got surprised. How has the cost of living changed in your country over the past few years? I think here in Brazil the situation can be worse, because a lot of things raised of price, like mainly the foods, and all the things raised, and our salary stay the same, at least the minimum salary. So yeah, it's a hard era to us as well. What living costs have you seen the biggest increases in your country recently? To us, as I said, I think the food costs has increased a lot, mainly the meat, and as well to the people that pay rent, as well is a cost that has been raised a lot lately. Okay, is inflation a big worry for people in your country at the moment? Sure is. It's like US, and I think it is worse to us. We suffer a lot with the inflation. Yeah, we feel that all things are getting uh, more expensive, and the incomes stay in the same level. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the further discussion. Would you say you are generally good at managing money? Yeah, generally, maybe I'm good. Because I at least try not to spend more than I earn. Fortunately, I could do that. But I know that has people that no have a choice in many situations. What are some of the best saving tips you've heard? Yeah, I've heard that we need not spend more than we earn, and try to save at least a little bit for emergency. Yeah. Is there anything we spend more money on than you probably should? Not really. I I try to manage it. I I try first save and get and stay in a secure condition to then I spend some money. How much would you say it takes to live comfortable in your country? It's a hard condition because we can live with low costs, uh, but if we have it as well in a good condition, in a good city or town, it makes total difference. But at least uh, 4 or 5 minimum salaries to live without many problems, but it's not the ideal. Yeah. Are you optimistic about the state of your country's economy? Definitely no. The Brazil has a lot of problems with the economy. The public debt keep rising. So yeah, it's I'm I'm not optimistic about that. Okay, we have finished that article. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.